Hello everyone, it is 9:10 a.m. on January 7th, 2026. This is my current account. The cash is at 10,995. My total equity is 10,785. My margin buying power is at 32,146. And the total max buying power, which includes my TFSA, so I have my portfolio margin basically included in this. So that's margin and TFSA, which are acting as one account. Total max buying power with margin is 73,594. Quick disclaimer, the purpose of this video is to document my investments. Please do not copy my trades. This is for entertainment and does not replace financial advice. There are risks involved with investing. Please speak with a licensed financial advisor. All right, let's continue after that. Okay, as you can see here at the bottom right, it is the 7th of January. This is a live account, so I am trying to keep my account information away from the prying eyes of the internet because, you guys are a little bit of savages from what I can see. All right, so this is my account positions. I have a TA, which is a TransAlta Corporation. I have a February 18 put, the 8 and 18 strike put that I've sold for two open positions. Average price is at $1.05, and I'm looking to target about half of that. Current market value is at 210, which basically means that in order for me to close out this position, that's what I would be paying. Okay, the estimated earnings date is the 19th of next month, which is February, and that basically means I want to close it out before then or at 50%. Those are my targets. Here are my orders. These are the previous orders from, I guess, 5 days ago. Don't worry about that. I'll just showing that this is an orders that I do enter once in a while. So I go back to open orders to make sure that I can only focus on the open ones. And since it's the pre-market, market opens at 9:30, I am just going to wait and see what's going on. So at this point in time, I just want to show you really quickly what I have here. I have a watch list. What I do with my watch list is I gather a set of stocks that I would like to take a look at during the day, so that way I'm not scrambling last minute to see what's going on. And I do this usually the day before, after market, because I'm not going to be standing here or sitting here, I should say, just looking at the screen, watching the greens and yellows and reds just flash by. I have other things to do. And you can actually do this as well. I would recommend that you do that. Having a watch list definitely helps. As you can see, some of those numbers are changing. And like I said, I do this because I have other things to do. So I used to do this a lot when I was at work, and I would have, say, a break or a lunch. I would take a look at the watch list, see what it's doing. The day before, I would set my price targets or what I want to do. Either I want to buy stocks or I want to sell stock that I own. I want to sell options, and I'll talk about why I do my trading style and why I do the things that I do. But I like to keep this here just so I can have it at a glance as to what I have uh, for my attention. Here is my monitoring tab. This is just the stuff that I'm currently monitoring. So that's the stuff that I have for the day, for the week, month, year, whatever. Open positions mostly, or positions that I wish to open. And I only add the stock here. I don't add options here. I want to take a look at the stocks first because I usually just want to own some of the stock and sell it at a higher price. If you don't want to do that, then I really can't help you with that. We don't focus on losing money here. But unfortunately, it can happen. Now, I do have other lists, and these are options that I basically have used before, I've been interested in the past. So you may notice that some of these, like CCO, for example, here in the fourth row, fourth row, I have that here as well. Let me put that over here. Let's see here, CCO, it's at the top of the list. I have it here because it's one of the options that I go back to, one of the stocks that I enjoy looking at. It has good volume. It's something I would like to own in the future. And that's basically my watch list. And you can add anything. Like here, for example, on the left side, I have stocks that are from $10 to $20. I like having that just so I have a little price range. I haven't updated this in a very long time. As you can see, some of these are actually at $40, $15, $16. And what I actually like to do sometimes is I like to see what I have done in the past just to see how they would have done. Like, for example, FSZ.to. These are all TSX stocks, by the way. I would have bought this at a higher price. Obviously, this is a 10 to 20, so this would have been within 10 to 20 range. Let's say it was $20. You could have lost about $14 in that stock. But some of these would have done fairly well, like SIA would have gained $1. Let's see here. ATS would have been at $20, so it would have basically doubled in price. And you can see which ones stick around the mark that you set. Some of them will increase, some of them will drop. Like, I don't even know why I have this. I don't do cent stocks, but this is cron for Maria Ishiwana. So I'm gonna delete that. I don't want that here anymore because I don't use it. I have been burned before, so there you go. Bye. And look, CCO used to be here too. I don't know if you 10 to $20 stock, it's multiplied itself by 14, 14 times. It's $100 would have been a good amount to have. All right, so that's basically what I do here with the positions and the order markets. Sorry, market tabs. And I'm just going to be keeping an eye on this, looking to basically close it down. As you can see at the monitoring, I do have TransAlta in here, or TA.to. Right now it's at, right now it's at bid 1748, ask 1748. I need this to be above 18 in order for me to basically make money or break even. It will just basically count down the time. If I own it, that's fine. I'll just sell a call against it, so it'll be a covered call at that point in time, and you can just make money. So I'm kind of running the wheel. So I sell an option, a put, in order to enter my position. So I'm basically getting paid to buy. And then when I sell a call and I'm getting paid to sell. Sometimes the market gives you what you want, sometimes it doesn't. It's basically an investment, and that's the risk. And if you don't have any risk, then I'm sorry, but you're not going to do anything. You have to risk your positions, you have to risk in life, you have to take that step. And you need to have knowledge and experience. And you won't get experience just by sitting there. Hopefully, this will help you and to see exactly what somebody does. I have been doing this for several years and decades at this point in time. I've lost money, I've blown up accounts, and I'm focusing on the negative because everybody always says, "Oh, look how much money I'm making. I'm a rich guy." And no, I'm not. Here's the reality. This is me just documenting my trades. Like I said, don't copy what I do. You can definitely learn. That's what you want to do. If you want to just be entertained and see how I freak out over some losses or how I cheer over some wins, then hey, welcome. Feel free to subscribe if you want to do that. Now, the next thing that I do, because it's getting close to the market open, is I go and take a look at the market screen. So let's go over there. Here is the market view tab. Well, one of my workstations or workspaces, I guess you can say. Now I do focus on the TSX, like I mentioned previously, and these are all the stocks in the TSX. I can also change this over to the TSX 60, which is a better way to get some of those higher valued stocks, more like the blue chip stocks, I guess you can say. And look, CCO is there, Kamiko, and one of those good ones. Okay. So I just put the TSX and I look at this just to see the heat map. There is a heat map that shows up here. I'll show that to you when the market opens, just to basically see what's green, what's neutral, what's red, what's basically on sale, and what's basically making a run for itself. At the bottom here, let me just open that for you. This is my market view. And what I have here is basically the indices for basically the New York, Dow Jones, TSX, TSX 60. This helps me to see at a glance what is going on. with the market overall. And I only use this just to see, I guess, market sentiment, see how people are basically behaving to anything. And if there's any news that comes out that I should be alerted to, the market will basically respond before I do. I can't keep an eye on everything. Like I said, you can do this at work. That's what I used to do during breaks, lunches, and then after work, and sometimes before work. But most of the time, it's lunches and breaks. 15 minutes, that's really all you need to just come here, take a look. I'm taking my time because I am just basically explaining to you guys what I have here and what I do. And some of this will be a lot shorter as the episodes proceed. And I won't always be posting, unfortunately, just because it's faster for me to just do what I need to do. But once in a while, I will come and explain things as to what I did, what I'm going to do, what I'm looking for the week. And speaking of which, let's go over to this screener so I can show you how I actually find some of the stocks. Welcome to the Options Screener tab. So this is another workspace that I have set up. This helps me screen the actual options that I'm going to be looking at, or in this case, stocks. Now what I'd like to do here is I like to refresh it just to get a fresh list. And I like to rank my actual stocks by IV, and that's the IV rank by 52 weeks, just to see what's popping, basically what's at 100%. I try to stay above 50 if I can. If there's like a big list, I want to do 50. Hey, look, Kamiko's right there again. Okay, so that's what I do. Nice rank. I don't go anything below unless it's a late day or week, and I'm looking for more opportunities in order to actually make an investment. And right now, what I have here is but a few of them. Some of them are fairly lower price, some of them are fairly mid price, higher priced, like the $100 ones. And you can definitely invest in those in a smaller account. You don't have to start big or anything. And some of these have earning dates estimated, of course, for next month, and some of them are for the following month, so February and March. So what I like to do is I like to keep a timeline of about 45 days or 75 to open. So basically 2 months and a half to open a position at the longest, and the shortest would be 45. So I want to have about a month to actually make adjustments to the positions, buy, sell. And since I mainly focus on puts, what I want to do is I want to actually have that time decay working for me. So right now, February and March are the ones I'm going to look at. Nothing for the 11th, but something closer to the actual, how can I call this, the expiry date or beyond. Right now, there's not too many things. I might look at the CCO, Lundin Mining, TOU, Tourmaline, NextGen. I might look at some of these with regards to opening a position. So let's say, for example, we'll look at a quick one here. Let's go for March, because March is a good one here. So let's go for Tourmaline Oil. That's a 59.15, has a decent volume for the 20 days, and it's at the 81 percentile. So let's take a look at TOU. Maybe I'll open a position. Okay, so I'll see you at the options tab, where I basically do all my additional research for the actual stock. All right, welcome to the options tab. This is what I was looking at before. That's ASTL, Algoma Steel Group. I was looking at this another day. So let's take a look at Tourmaline, because that's what we said. Okay, so on the left side here, you'll see I have the chart. I don't focus too much on charts. It just lets me know historically where it's been, highs, lows, some ceilings and bottoms, basically. Where do I want to put my order? I do not know just yet. I haven't really looked into it, but this gives me a quick snapshot as to what's going on. I can see dividends here. I have Bollinger Bands, basically giving me a range. I have a SMA, that's a simple moving average, just to show me where things have been moving relatively smooth to each other. So this would be the decision whether I want to buy and sell kind of boundaries. And I don't usually focus on that. It's just to give me an idea. The volume, and I also have the average true range just to see if it's basically getting more volatile or less. Usually it's rising when it's more, and it's lowering when it's collapsing in on itself. So let's take a look here. So let's do all expirations, all strikes. So what I'm looking at here, over where my cursor is, this is the options chain of options basically. We're not looking at anything that's 2 days because that's too short. It's you can trade these. They're too short of an investment for me. Like, I mean, there's basically nobody here making any investments. So I take a look here on the right hand side, we have the days for these options. We have 2 days, 9 days, 16 days, 23 days, 30 days. At 23 to 30 days, that's usually when I look to close my positions. There's too much volatility, there's too many unknowns, and news can wipe you out. And let's face it, you can just open up another position that's 45 to 75 days out, maybe even 90 days, depending on your outlook. And that'll give you more time to be right, basically. So it's usually probabilities. So I'm looking at anything that's 45 to 75 days. So let's take a look at these March 20th and February 20th. So let's look at February 20th first. And right now it's at 58.51. So like here's an example of what I would do. Okay, so usually it doesn't go lower than 56.72, which is listed here. So I would say 56.50 would be the lowest I would make a position. So 56 is right here. It's at the 30th delta. So deltas are here. That's what I usually use. And I stay at the 30-16 delta, somewhere in between. I don't usually go higher than 30. Like the closest I would get would be 31, 32, maybe even 35. Then it starts to get a little bit dicey. So I would open a position here, for example, 56. That would be a position that I would be interested in opening. Has some good volume. And oh, the market has opened. So, and they're off, ladies and gentlemen. As one would say, this is basically what I do here, and everything's live here. Everything's just going crazy, and I'm just keeping an eye on here. And look, things have changed. It's at 23 now, and that's the difference between live and not being live. You do get to see different numbers, and there are calculators that you can actually use that will help you to determine what it is that you can buy or sell. And that's basically what I do. So I'm gonna just take a look at some of these options. This one's most likely just jumped up here. It's jumped up 31 cents. That's delicious. All in one day. Imagine if you had opened a position yesterday. Okay, so let's take a look at the accounts and orders tab, and we'll close out this video. Okay, so I haven't done any orders. I haven't opened any orders. Right now I'm just telling you guys what I do. In the next 5 minutes or so, I'm just gonna do that myself. I'm not gonna put this on live because it's just for me to document what I've done, what I'm doing, and how I basically open up my day. So let's take a look here. I'm at the orders tab. I have no open orders, like I said. I'm looking at the list that I made yesterday, and things are definitely moving. We have some drops here that are pretty insane. Let's take a look at my positions, just so you can see exactly what kind of madness happens. Okay, so remember it was at 210 before the market value. Now it's at 318, and the open P&L is at 108, which basically means I would lose $108 to close this position at the market price. I usually do limit prices. I don't do market prices just because I'm not suicidal. I'm not crazy enough to do that. Okay, so I want to make sure that I put in the order, the prices that I want, where I'm aiming at. And that's what we want. We want to have a plan. We want to trade the plan. Whether you win or lose, stick to the plan. Try to keep your emotions out of it. That's what I like to tell myself. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We're looking to close this. Not likely happening today. The range for it was 1764, low is 1755. not too bad. There is some movement here. I'm going to show you the market view really quick so you guys can take a look at what is actually going on. All right, here's the market view. Super simple. On the top here, we have all the pops, like Algonquin has gone up fairly high, and we have some neutrals here, basically stocks that aren't doing too much, just like less than a 1% move. And then we have some drops over here. And these are probably the ones that I would look at just to open up a long position, so to speak. So I would look at the Pan American Silver, for example, that's dropped 5%. So basically, it could be a bargain. It may not be. New Gold, let's see here, Hudbay, First Majestic, like a lot of mining. Unfortunately, it's the Canadian market. It's a lot of mining. You can use this for any other indice, any other market. Oh, look at that, 91 stocks now. That's fun. Okay, so this is me just taking a look at the markets. Look, TSX is dropped quite a bit. So I might be looking for opportunities to go long, basically some options. After all, if it's already dropped this much, chances of it dropping more could be a little bit less. It's still not zero though, because it could still continue to drop. And there are some rules that I go by, and I might make a video about that. If you're interested in that, just let me know. Just tell me in the comments. Have you traded before? Are you looking into trading? What's really keeping you from opening your first position? Have you opened your own position? Just let me know. Let's have a chat. Bye for now.